Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something. Wafula Chebukati is cornered, and he has nowhere to hide. When the DCI arrested the 3 foreigners, Wafula Chebukati was quick to issue statements after statements, castigating the DCI for arresting the 3 individuals whom he described as crucial for the elections, and that the equipment which the DCI also were holding onto were also crucial for this particular election. The DCI got tired of IEBC and decided to go public by issuing a comprehensive statement, 11-page. From the moment the DCI issued that statement, IEBC went into hiding. So yesterday, while Kenyans were asleep, around 1 a.m., they issued a statement. And Kenyans were like, what are you guys trying to do? I want us to look at that statement by the IEBC, because that statement has failed to answer 5 questions, critical questions, which the DCI asked them. And Kenyans were looking forward to IEBC responding to those questions which the DCI asked. So let me just go through, I don't want to waste a lot of time. Let me just get the statement which IEBC released when Kenyans were sleeping. That statement is headlined, Update to the Nation on Deployment of Technology in the 2022 General Election. This time around, no reference to the 3 foreigners. And it's actually a 13-point statement. The first part, the second part, the third part, and the fourth part are not important, because IEBC is trying to explain to Kenyans what they ought to have explained to Kenyans at the beginning of the year. How they entered into a valid contract on 25th of November with the Smartmatic. They're also explaining how when Smartmatic was founded, that was in 2020, that Smartmatic has been a partner to various election commissions across the world, in Belgium, Estonia, but they've never mentioned Venezuela. That during the bidding process, Smartmatic was found to have achieved the highest technical and financial score. That's not important to Kenyans, because already they've awarded them the tender and nobody complained. So they're trying to respond to Kinoti at number 5, and that's what I want to begin with. He's saying at number 5 that one of the conditions in the tender document was that the bidder should prepare a detailed support and maintenance plan and attach documentary proof of IC technical support staff with a local registered office in Kenya. Smartmatic complied with this condition by providing a local partner in the country. IEBC again failed to mention here the name of Seamless Limited, because if you followed the exposure by the DCI, they're the ones who first mentioned this company. Wafula Chebukati never disclosed anything to do with this company. That he maintained that the staffs, the 3 foreigners, were actually IEBC personnel. Go back to the previous statement. So he's now claiming that Seamless partnered with Smartmatic, and it's the first time. How do we go into an election with a local partner and nobody's disclosing? This Seamless company was found trying to relocate their servers the moment the DCI arrested these foreigners. Because in this video, I want us to look at the 5 questions which are critical for this election. And the other point is talking of number 6, to ensure successful implementation. Those are things which are not important to us. At number 7 is trying to justify the additional 10,000 kits. Number 8 is talking of preparation to dispatch, which is also not important. Let us jump to number 10, because it's also related to the statements which the DCI issued. Number 10, they are saying, for easy identification of chems kit, Smartmatic is required to provide stickers to aid in labeling each of the kits for purposes of packaging and dispatch to all polling stations. The deployment of the chems kit is currently underway. Now, here's where they're talking of the function or the use of the stickers. Remember, these guys were found with stickers, and that's actually is what caused this. That a foreigner was found in possession of election material, and the requirement is that they ought to have notified the police. And when the DCI conducted their investigations, they found out that these stickers were actually not going to land in the hands of IEBC. They were going to land in the hands of some funny individual, Abdullahi, somewhere. And this Abdullahi has his company, which is going to do most of these things. So why were we even contracting Smartmatic if Abdullahi could not print? I mean, because if this guy is a local partner, he could actually print some of these stickers, but he stated that he didn't know that these guys were actually coming with the stickers. Then number 11, which is also important, is saying it is important to note that the stickers are non-strategic election materials. Now, IEBC is now trying to exonerate and give hope to Kenyans that the stickers which are found from these guys are non-strategic. While in their previous statements, they were very clear that by holding onto those stickers, the DCI was thwarting any attempt to deliver free and fair, credible elections. And they are continuing that the stickers were printed based on the details of the Gazette notice published on 1st July. The information herein is available to the public and can be accessed on the Commission's website through that link. The stickers contain information on the polling station, polling centers, ward, constituency, and county, as well as unique barcode. I don't want to get into that for now, but I want us to look at the 6 questions which Wafula Chebukati and his team evaded in their statement, because it's them who started issuing statement after statement. The DCI responded. We are still waiting for the response from IEBC to the DCI, because they started the game. We want to see them ending that game, telling Kenyans now that these stickers are not strategic for the elections, while they maintain that it's something which, for example, is worrying Kenyans. If not Kenyans, for me, it's worrying. But before we get into all those details, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back to main issue. The first question which IEBC is failing to respond to, which was asked by the DCI, and by the way, this is part of my comprehensive analysis of that 11-page document. The first question: why were the 3 foreigners carrying IEBC materials as personal effects? That's something which Kenyans want IEBC to answer. How did they get the logo? Because if, as Wafula Chebukati is stating on point 10, that for ease of identification of the chems kit, Smartmatic is required to provide stickers to aid in labeling. Why couldn't they print their own stickers, Smartmatic, with their own stickers identifying these particular gadgets, not use IEBC? Why were they using IEBC labels if the labels were for them? So why were they carrying these materials as personal effect? Because this election is so important. William Ruto has traversed the entire country for the last 5 years. Raila Odinga has traversed the country for now close to a year. Their supporters want free, fair, and credible elections. I'm sure William Ruto supporters on this channel would want a situation where William Ruto is winning the elections, free and fair. Raila Odinga supporters would want a situation where Raila Odinga is winning this election, free and fair. But why were these guys carrying these gadgets as personal effects? IEBC must respond to that. So that's the first question. The second question which they need to answer is how come the sticker rolls which these 3 foreigners were carrying are mainly from one region? There were 10 counties, and one was blank. Out of those 10 counties, I think there was only Bomet and Machakos. The rest are from the mountain. Why only those regions? Because if these rolls, like you'd excuse these guys, like they were found with rolls, and all these rolls were like 42 counties, or if not 42 counties, you find one in Nyanza, you find one in Western, one in Coast, just randomly. But it can't be that all these rolls these guys were carrying were from the mountain, because the mountain is key and critical for William Ruto. And that's why we are saying that they wanted to use these stickers to rig the elections. So the truth is, the fact that these stickers, which were found randomly in the bags of these guys, were from 10 counties. Because IEBC is saying that the stickers were supposed to be used for labeling. Why only the gadgets from the mountain? And where are other stickers? Because if only 10 were found, it means 32 are still out. Where are those 32? Where are they kept? Are they with IEBC? And if they're with IEBC, why were these 10 out? And if they're not with IEBC, who are they with? Swalanyeti. And why only the 10 from the mountain? So that's the second question. The third question which IEBC must respond to is why were election materials being taken to someone's apartment and not IEBC warehouse? I'm sure IEBC has a warehouse where they store their equipments. So if these guys carried, because of course you can carry things by mistake, you are going to deploy it, you carry it. But why were they taking them to someone's apartment? What was going to happen in that apartment? And I'm trying to imagine that this apartment is not really an apartment. This is the office which the DCI raided, William Ruto's office at Transnational Building. So why were they? IEBC should come out to Kenyans, tell Kenyans that the reason why these guys were carrying these materials because IEBC was very clear in their original statement, which they are not responding to here, that the DCI actually found these guys with the stickers. They took their passwords of the equipment. They took the other electronic equipments which are useful for these elections. So why are they not mentioning those? But the big question is, why were these materials being taken to someone's apartment? Why? Not IEBC. Why? And the question is, where are the others? Are they also being held in someone else's apartment? Or are they in safe custody of IEBC? The fourth question, which IEBC must also respond to, is why was Chebukati claiming that the 3 foreigners were IEBC IT personnel, yet they come at the invitation of Abdullahi, who ended up paying for their air ticket? Because, the government can say they don't know these people and deport them. What will you do? IEBC cannot complain. IEBC cannot complain because these guys were not invited to Kenya by IEBC. When he came, he was not going to report to IEBC. This guy was reporting to another company, Seamless. So the question is just one. Why was Chebukati insisting? I'm just trying to make reference to one of his statements earlier. The statement, press release, harassment of personnel, and confiscation of items to be used by the commission during the 9th August general election. And it says here, it says the commission is still troubled by the Act of National Police Service and demands cessation and harassment of personnel of legitimately contracted service providers and call for immediate release of the items. Actually, they were referring, the initial statement, not this one, they are referring to these guys as IEBC election technology personnel. And these guys don't have any contract with IBC. The guys who are arrested, they have contract with Seamless, not IBC. So that's the fourth question. The fifth question which IBC must answer is, why was the host Abdullahi not IBC? And why claim he didn't know them? They carried IBC material. You see, when these guys were arrested, Abdullahi claimed that he didn't know they were carrying IBC materials. But he seemed who invited them. But he didn't know that they were carrying the materials. But he told them, when you arrive, please come, go to this apartment, deliver those things there. But those things he didn't know they were IBC materials. So why was their host Abdullahi? Even if it's a local partner, local party is just supposed to help. Maybe because Smartmatic will not be able to maybe recruit support staff and the rest. So the local partner would contract. Right now, Smartmatic could be having an office somewhere, a known office, which is protected, or they'll be working under IBC, every day going to IBC offices where IBC is monitoring how everything is done. But in this case, their host was Abdullahi, not Chebukati, who was writing several letters on their behalf. So why was their host Abdullahi? And that's why Chebukati is trying to explain in the statement which he released yesterday that according to part of the, Chebukati is a funny guy. I think Kenyans are fool. He's saying that one of the conditions in the tender document was that the bidder should provide a detailed support and maintenance plan and attach documentary proof of IC technical support staff with a local registered office. So that's why he's trying to move around, because he can't answer that question. And lastly, why is their latest statement contradicting their previous statements? In their previous statements, they insisted that these were IBC personnel. In this statement, they are not talking about that. In their previous statement, they were insisting that the equipment which the DCI are holding onto are critical for this election. But in this latest statement, they are saying that those stickers are not critical. I don't know what to think, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.